How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this video we have myself playing a yellow Wargreymon X build, which is a cool deck. As you'll see, the idea is that yellow has some X antibody support such as the Salmon, the Angelomon, and then you can play the yellow Wargreymon and then still go into the red Wargreymon X, which is really cool. So I'm testing out this deck and hope you guys like it. On the other hand, we have Wind playing Lordknight, trying out some new Lordknight stuff. In this case, I believe they're trying out Lordknight with Ordine. So we'll see how that works out. We get Memory Choke to 1, but because of the Judge Pitamon, we're able to go into the Angelomon and spend our memory pretty efficiently, so I'd say it's a pretty good start. The yellow memory boost is going to once again Memory Choke us, so definitely doing a good job of being annoying and not giving over some memory. So we play all the Angelomons and we have the Angelomon X, which is really nice. It's actually a pretty strong card. It lets you give skill attack minus and then you recover 1, plus she's 8k. Which is really cool. We're gonna go into a yellow Wargrey in the back, and then I guess just hold because we want to ensure good value. You see the Salmon X giving us some good value as well, letting us take a card of security and then recovering. And then we're gonna go into a Leomon to pass turn. Wind has the Lordknight in the back, and I guess at this point we're just kind of both waiting. We want to ensure that when we promote with our level 6, we're going to get the most value out of them. It is in a way like a game of chicken, right? Where like you don't want to come out for no reason. You want to make sure that we get something strong out of our level 6, right? But it also makes it kind of awkward because like you can't start building up a stack again. So I'm kind of just hard dropping bodies, Salmons, Leomons, trying to just build in front, see if I can bait them to come out again. We may not have the best answer. Like the Lordknight is pretty scary, and as you see, playing Ordine, which could do some work as well. Gonna play a Gladiemon, take the Nightmon out of the security. It's cool that I feel like Lordknight's a good card, obviously, right? Like you can try and make it work with so many different things. Like we've seen Lordknight Jogress, and now we're seeing Lordknight Ordine. Liam, I'm gonna swing into the cat. So we're just gonna get some chip damage, but we swing into a Meikumon, which is unfortunate. Meikumon gets some from security. We're gonna set up our Cool Boy. We do play Cool Boy because you know we have X antibody levels, so Cool Boy kind of nice to get our searches. Lordknight is going to finally promote. Gonna be swinging, getting a Nightmon, getting a Kari in security. Actually getting double checks because of the Angelomon, right? Pretty funny stuff. The purple Digimon gonna go into another Lordknight. I like this setup because it's like, if I can clear one Lordknight, maybe I won't be able to clear the second one, right? I'm gonna just swing with everything into 2 Salmon X's, so both his champions survive, which is actually really bad for me. And then a good way to pass the turn there is just to go into another Pancake boost, just to make sure that next turn they're gonna have enough memory to close the game out realistically, right? So we're not in a great position. We have 4 Digimon to clear, including 2 Lordknight Mons. The Lordknight gets plus 1000 DP for every other Digimon, so those Lordknights are currently at 11, 12, 13, 14,000 DP, which is pretty scary. We are finally going to promote. We're going to equip the sauce, which lets me swing at one of the Digimon using the effect of Wargrey to restand, killing the other one. And then by effect of the sauce, we can then Digivolve into the Wargrey for 1, getting the memory back with the Cool Boy. And now at the end of the attack, we can clear one of the Lordknights because we are 12,000, right? So pretty good. This is like essentially the full combo that my deck is trying to do, and you can see how it works. We get to use our Angelomons, which are pretty cool, and then have this really cool top end with the yellow Wargreymon into red Wargreymon. We get some memory every time we check security, which is kind of nice. The Wargrey doesn't pop because it's once per turn, so the Lordknight is still alive. We're gonna go into a Turimon, maybe start building, trying to pick up some pieces. Gonna equip the sauce to go into an Angelomon, so it gives skill attack minus, and then we do recover 1. Tap in the Kari to gain a memory. Definitely some good synergy with the Kari. As long as you have a Salmon, you can proc both the Kari and the Cool Boy, which is kind of nice. We're gonna gain some memory, and then Wyvern with the Lordknight. Even though it had secure attack minus 1, it could still swing, summon bodies, and I was scared of dying to like Bushi plus Hybrid or something like that. So I figured if we just clear the board, we're left with a Wargreymon and an Angelomon. So it seems pretty good. Gonna proc both the yellow memory boost, pancakes are gone, hard drop in the Angelomon to give security attack -1. Gonna go into a Lordknight, and has just enough memory to go into a Mercy mode. Say goodbye, Wargreymon X. So I like the Mercy mode, you know, it's a nice level 6 to go, or level 7 to go over the Lordknight. One of the things that I like about it a lot is that back in the day when you played Lordknight, you go into a Balder Arm, and while it was good, like, you lost your very strong effect of the Lordknight, right? This way you can have access to a level 7, and then on your turn, the Mercy mode goes away, he does damage, and then you get to keep your Lordknight, which has very strong effects, right? So I actually really like the Mercy mode for the deck quite a bit. It does give me some memory to work with, but if we don't enter that Mercy mode, next turn is going to trash the top of my security, and then he will be free to swing for game, either with the Lordknight or the Pulse one in the back, right? So some scary stuff for sure. We're going to Digivolve over the Casamon, going to go into an Angelmon, perhaps looking to go into an Digimon X again, which lets us do security minus. We can recover and then proc the Cool Boy. You can see how our deck works. The Digimon X is a pretty solid card. I actually really like it. And in this one, we're gonna Wyverns, get the Mercy mode out of here. So it's going to protect the security. With this line of play, we're left with 2 security. We have 2 stacks. I have to lose my Memory Tamer, but I think it's worth it. I feel like the Angelmons might be doing just enough work to close the game out. Gonna go into a Pitamon, perhaps try and rebuild, but I don't think he's got enough memory to really stop us. We get Memory Choke to 1. And the Pitamon has blocker, plus 1 over Angelmon's security attack minus, right? So, relatively safe line of play there. We do promote the Salmon from the back. As you see, our rookies are a bunch of Salmon, so we can proc our Salmon X. We have Blinding Ray, the classic, trashing my boy Leomon. That's going to give us 3 memory to work with, which is enough for us to go into a yellow Wargreymon, who I always liked. He's a pretty solid card. I mean, you guys know I talk about him all the time. He's just really cool, and the fact that he can go into the Wargreymon X is pretty sweet. We're gonna go into the Wargrey, go into 0. We can then swing as the effect to clear the Pitamon and restand. We also get the effect of Angelmon to summon some Salamons. It's a TK, we can swing again, and then the Salmon can swing, and that's gonna be the game. So I think this game is a pretty good showcase of the yellow Wargreymon deck that I'm playing and testing. I'll definitely have more games of it in the future, and if you guys would like to see the deck profile for it, let me know. It's a pretty cool deck. We're going to be hatching Upamon and going to our standard Sala and just set up the Kari. A pretty strong start, right? Meikumon hard drop, not the greatest, actually an atrocious start, I would say. We can go into Judge Pitamon and then I guess try and just Memory Choke. So the Angelmon X doesn't get the recovery because we don't have the Saucer Angelmon, but we do give the security attack -1, which is good enough. We're going to be hatching another Upamon. Just swinging, but we hit into the Ordine, which is unfortunate. There goes our big stack. Don't really have a playable hand, I guess. So we're forced to Wyvern the Nightmon, which is less than ideal, especially because Wynn did find the rookie and can now build in the back. Going straight into the Lordknight. That definitely feels bad. We're gonna use Pancake to try and find a rookie, which we desperately need. Revealing 4 cards that are not rookies. Can at least take the Wargreymon so that we can be set up for the future. And I guess just forced to go into a Casamon because we're just desperate for draw and we need some sort of play. Lordknight's going to swing, using the effect to summon the Gladimon, the classic. Gladimon is going to pick up an Ordine from security. That's an illegal play, you can't do that. It has to pick up a warrior. So yeah, no actual targets in security. I'm going to check into an Angelmon X. And then can go into Angelmon to Memory Choke. So yeah, we have to Wyverns the Lordknight, but once again in doing so we're passing over so much memory. The Wyverns, definitely not ideal, right? Like, infinitely better in security. Gonna just go straight into another Lordknight. Can swing, use the effect to summon the Nightmon, Salmon X in security. Gonna then go into the Ragglemon. So can now Jogress, right? It is an option if you wanted to. The Ordine, just gonna be Memory Choking though with the Pitamon. We are still struggling to find our pieces. Don't have a rookie. Really, you know, kind of sad stuff, but it is what it is. Gonna just hard drop a Gatomon. So Lordknight's gonna keep on swinging. Nightmon take out the Gatomon. We hit into a Kari in security. It's 2 checks because of the Angelmon, which is pretty nice stuff. Starmon's gonna clear the stack. and then that's gonna be the game. I don't actually have a game 3 for this matchup, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll definitely have more of the Wargreymon X in the future. Thank you guys for watching.